Hello, guys. Okay, so I am strategically planning this training. I have 15 minutes until I have to go get my kid, which I figured would be perfect timing because I don't want this to be like a crazy long training. I want to just quickly show you the tidbits of how to make a Google form. So first and foremost, this is not a requirement to push your business further. When you're helping someone get set up with a challenge pack, the basics that you need to know from them is their email address, their first name, their last name, and what flavor shake they want. However, as you get more comfortable with this business, you might want to start providing your clients with just like an extra tool that gives them a visual. I am a very visual person, and so being able to send someone the document that I provide them through Google Forms has just made my life easier in all spectrums of my business. I use Google Forms now for requests. If someone wants into my sneak peek, I use it for my challengers when I'm doing that final stage of getting them set up. I do it for coach requests. I basically use Google Forms for everything, but I don't want you to feel like you can't coach or you can't start your business and push it forward without Google Forms. That is not at all the case. I didn't start using it. I've been a coach now for over 2 years, and I didn't start using it until this summer. So if that makes you feel better, please take that. I just want you to know about this tool that's kind of made life a little bit easier for me, especially when I'm going down the route of getting a new client set up with a challenge pack, because it basically answers all my questions that I need for them. That way I'm not having to have that deficit of time where I'm waiting on them to respond and then they're waiting on me to respond. It just kind of gives me all the information in one place, and it's helped me grow. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to bring you right to my Google Forms place, like portal, whatever we would call it. So if you are not familiar with the Google systems, basically this is how I access my Google Forms. I go up in my search bar and type in Google Forms. It's just based through your Google. If you have a Google email, you are automatically linked in with this. You just have to log in. So I'm obviously on my email where I have it saved. So these are my Google Forms that I have just been creating over the past couple months, and I copy and paste them and I build on them, and they are just a place where I'm constantly growing and getting better. So you can see I had one that I made for when I was doing the 3-day refresh. I have another one that was for new coaches. I don't use this one as much anymore. But then I had other ones that were for Transform 20. So what I want you to think about right now is, where are you losing the most amount of time and pushing your business forward faster? Is it through your conversations and kind of having that client close the deal so that you can start helping them? If that's the case, I'm going to suggest a basic welcome to my virtual bootcamp Google form. This is what I send to all my clients once I know that they're ready to dive in with me. And I will have you know, I change this and tweak it from time to time. I used to have a video that I implemented and started off with, but now I've kind of cut that out because I was getting a little bit too chatty. But I've basically just brought this down. The first thing I show them is my transformation. I really want them to show that our products work, and these worked for me. These provided me a 45-pound weight loss, and that's the first thing I want them to see, because I want them to look at my picture and think, I can do that too. If I start this, this is what's going to be my future. And I want them to start off with that hope and that excitement. The next, I get their name, their email address, and I'm going to show you guys how we put this in, like how we will make it from scratch. I ask how they prefer that I talk to them. Sometimes I talk to a lot of people on Instagram, but they're not as active in their Instagram inbox. It might take them a couple days before checking. So what's been really nice is if they give me their number, I can just shoot them a text, especially if I notice that they're not getting back or haven't seen my message. So I ask them if they've already are working with a health and fitness coach. This is really important because in Beachbody, we want to have loyalty and we want to have respect for other coaches out in the network. So if someone that you're talking to is actively working with another coach, please respect that. I know it's hard when we're thinking about a sale or we're thinking about helping someone, or even if you're kind of being driven by Success Club points, but we really want to respect our morals along with this and not steal from another coach. Now, if that person that you're working with was working with another coach in that time and that coach is no longer within Beachbody, to me, that is full reign. Then you're more than welcome to, get them transferred over to you and things like that. So just be respectful and remember, the core and the morals behind this. Next, ask what goals they're wanting to work towards. I really enjoy this piece of this form because that's my area where me as a coach, that's my goal. My goal is to help them achieve their goals, and I need to know that. And then I ask their barriers, and I just made a list of the things that that are barriers for me and that I know are common. So the final thing I inserted was Beachbody's YouTube video that just explains what a challenge pack is. It's like a 3-minute video and it puts it all out there. It talks about the challenge group. It talks about Shakeology. It shows what Beachbody On Demand is briefly, and it just digs into it. And it's nice for them to see a third party where it's not just me telling them information. Next, I ask if they have Beachbody On Demand. This is an important question because if they do, then you're going to be setting them up with a completion pack. You're not going to be giving them a regular Beachbody challenge pack because they don't need Beachbody On Demand again. Next, this is a quick 1-minute video that just digs into what Beachbody On Demand is, and it shows them a little bit more about the virtual gym that they're getting. And I feel like it just clarifies and paints that picture of what they're getting. Next, this is where I insert pictures and I basically just flat out tell them what they're going to get and then give them their choices. And I really narrowed these down. I used to have a lot, but I felt like they were overwhelming people. And so I've kind of just shrunk it down to the basic challenge pack with superfoods, the basic challenge pack with the performance line, and the basic challenge pack that includes both of them. And I kind of leave it at that. And then I added $10 because just recently the challenge packs no longer have the containers. So I add those on separately. And it's just a $10 increase. And I tell them if they decide they don't want the containers, they can take them off once they get their order because they have that option. This is when it just comes down to the choices of flavor. And then I ask them pre-workout, post-workout, do they want to try Beach Bars? Because I'm obsessed with Beach Bars and sometimes people just want to try a box. But I also put out the prices there. That way they're not surprised. And this is where I then ask them and offer them to consider becoming a coach. And then the final space is where I ask them about the loyalty discount coaching program. That way, if they put yes or maybe, I then know that I need to explain what this loyalty program is and spark up a conversation with them about that. So let me show you guys the basics of how to make it. So what I do first is I just open up a blank Google form. This is where you're going to title it, Virtual Boot Camp. And then you can just go quickly explain your story. I am creating a group to help busy women work on their health and fitness goals. Obviously, you can go into a little bit more depth. I'm just trying to quickly show you this. All right, so first question. What is your first and last name? Okay, this is where you will change your answer. It automatically generated what I was asking, so it changed it to short answer. But when you're creating your document or your form, you can choose whatever type of question that you want. So obviously for a first and last name, we can leave it at short answer. All right, I want this to be a required question that's being answered, so I click required. Now, the next thing I'm gonna come over here is I wanna add an image. This is where you can add a picture to show your transformation. Let me see if I have mine. Okay, this one's not mine, but this is another Transform 20 image I have. But if I want to include an image into my document, it just has to be saved in my computer. I click this button, and if I want to scroll it up before the name, I can do that. So that's how I inserted my picture, and it's just quickly add image. And I want to show you real fast. If I click preview, what it does is it's showing me what my form's gonna look like. And so that is kind of a nice little tracking thing that you can kind of keep going back and forth to check. All right, so we come down here. I'm gonna come click this plus sign, I forgot my words, plus sign, and now I'm gonna ask the next question. So what is your email address? Because remember, these are the questions that I need to be able to fill out their share cart. And I like to enable collection setting, because then my Google Forms collects all the emails for me, and it's just one step I don't have to worry about taking. So it actually, because it's the first thing, it bumps it up to the top. All right, and let's see, I think, okay. Next thing, I'm gonna enter another question, and this is going to be, I'm just gonna kind of zip through. So what are your struggles? This is when I do the check boxes, because the people you're working with are going to be coming with you with more than one struggle. So I'm gonna say late night snacking. Another one would be yo-yo, if I can type today, dieting, time, family responsibilities. All right, so I can list all those. That way my challenger or my potential client can then click the areas that they feel like they need work on, and I can help them. All right, I don't know why this one keeps bumping down, but that's okay. All right, so next thing, I'm gonna show you now quickly how I insert a picture. So a picture for options, like when I'm showing the different challenge packs. So which kit would you prefer? And guys, look at, I'm not putting much thought into my words. Go look at my Google Forms. You can click it in my link tree. Or ask me for one. I can share it with the video too, a sample one. But what I do, I have a MacBook and I take screenshots. So if I go to, oh, I should have clicked challenge packs. If I go to challenge packs, right here, it is giving me pictures of the different challenge packs. So on my MacBook, I just hit Command-Shift-4 and I take a picture of this. And so what I can do is for each option, I could say 160 with Shakeology. Like I said, be more specific. I'm just quickly doing this. Choose image to upload. This is a screenshot I just took. And now it's uploading that screenshot. So now you have this nice little image that goes along with your choice. Another thing that you'll see, I have the flavors listed in an image also. So I just Google Shakeology flavors and I go to images and I click this and I screenshot it. Or maybe no, I save this one. Oh, great. There we go. Save image. I'm gonna save that on my desktop. So now on my Google form, that was my preview view. Okay, now on my Google form, I can insert a question and say, which flavor of Shakeology would you prefer? And then I always add a note. Vegan flavors would be best for those with dairy sensitivities. I can spell. And so what I can do now is within my question, I can choose this image and upload. And then I can just, once it's there, they can see all the flavors. And then I can do, I could do a drop-down box where they click, you know, I list all the flavors and they click the one they want. Now, the last final thing I want to show you is how to insert a video like I used from YouTube. So basically any YouTube video can be imported into your form. So if I go to YouTube and I type Beachbody Challenge Pack, then you're gonna see a bunch of little, like, you're gonna see a bunch of hustlers that went on YouTube just to basically blast Beachbody, but that's okay. We just ignore ignorance. So I'm going to put challenge pack. Let's see what it tells me. Here it is. So here's a video where that Beachbody created that basically sums up exactly what a challenge pack is and what it includes. And so what I can do is I can copy that link, paste it, and now I click this, select it, and it's nicely placed into my form. When you're ready to send these out, you just click send. I click this little link and then I click shorten URL. This is where I get all that information and I send it to the person that I'm talking to. One last final thing before I let you go, responses. One thing you're gonna wanna make sure, this is where you as the owner of this form keep track of everyone that fills it out. Well, you want to make sure that the Google is sending you emails when you fill out a form. So you have to do this final step. You click responses, then you click these 3 dots and you click get email notifications for new responses. If you don't do this, you need to be checking this form every single day because you might miss it if people are filling it out. So that is how Google Forms works for me. If you want to get creative, you can add images along your top screen, but for right now, just kind of have fun. I've just eventually, like, I use my Canva and I'll create different headings, but there's plenty of different pictures that you can use while you are creating your form. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. I will be happy to share and explain more. But that is the basics of Google Forms. Talk to you guys later. Bye.